5 reasons why focus matters. I'm Arthur Petropoulos, managing partner here at Hillview Partners. We're a middle market, lower middle market, M&A and capital advisory firm, helping companies generating $1 million to $10 million a year in pre-tax profit, sell their businesses, or secure capital. From our experience, the best businesses to work with, largely all of the businesses we work with, are those that are particularly focused on their end market, focused on their solutions that they provide. From our decade or so here at Hillview Partners, working with many of these different clients, we've really been able to extract why focus matters. And in this video, we want to dig into 5 key areas of focus that really differentiate excellent companies from all the others. And more so, why that focus matters, why it allows companies to progress, improve, and succeed at a faster rate. And so the first reason why focus matters is that it provides the ability to target pitfalls. So in business, sometimes the focus on what would provide happiness. When you really look at most businesses, they are services, products, offerings that prevent pain, that prevent pitfalls. And so whether something is too slow, too painful, too disorganized, too time-consuming, in the grand economy of people trading time for dollars, most services or products are those things that make that trade more advantageous for each party. If you were to focus in one area of the economy all day, you would target the issues. And so for today's example, we'll use a very simple one of an ice cream stand. And so if all you did all day was focus on selling ice cream, moving ice cream around, finding which flavors people wanted, producing more of it, one pitfall you may notice is that ice cream melts. One pitfall that you may notice is ice cream only has a certain shelf life. So we'll dig into more of the solution part, but focus at its core allows people to spot issues, allows people to spot pitfalls. Now, pivoting to point 2 is the logical continuation of this idea, is that focus allows the ability to craft a solution. So if all you're focusing on all day is selling ice cream and you have spotted the pitfall that ice cream melts, it will allow you the ability to come up with a solution. Well, maybe we make a better cooler for ice cream. Maybe we make a better transportation vehicle. Maybe we make better ice packets. Whatever the situation may be, it's only by focus and by countless iterations of doing a thing that you're going to spot the specific issues and then think of creative ways to solve those problems. Moreover, call it 2B here, is the ability to improve these solutions. And so if you're focused on 100 different things and you spot an issue, your solution for that thing is likely going to be the gum on the dam. Let's just solve the problem real quick because I have all these other things that I have to focus on. But if the focus of a business is specifically on one pain point or solving a handful of pitfalls within a business, then the solution not only gets crafted, but the solution is continually improved because, again, there's that obsession. How do we make this better? Incrementally better. If there's 5 things we're doing, how do we make each of these 5 things 3% better, which on the aggregate creates a far better outcome. Now, reason 3 why focus matters is the ability to communicate and to lead. And so the expression goes, you don't really understand anything that you can't write clearly. And I would extend that to say that one does not really understand something well if they cannot communicate clearly. And so by virtue of focus, by virtue of not being distracted, by virtue of not trying to do 100 different things, you will spot the issues, you will create the solutions to the issues, you will improve the solutions to the issues, and as it pertains to that subject matter, you will be able to ultimately communicate what those solutions are, what you're seeing, and lead others in their viewing of the problems, in their viewing of the resolution of the issues. None of us are going to be masters of everything. However, in the area that we focus on, the truest creator of confidence to discuss something is not some magical yelling in the mirror, certain affirmations or mantras. It's truly just being good enough at something that there's no doubt in your own mind that you are an expert in this. And that's not to say that nerves don't pop up here and there in any sort of business. However, the more undeniable the proof is of your expertise in a thing, the more you're going to be able to communicate that to others. Now, the 4th reason why focus matters is the ability to see tide changes. And so we say tide changes, paradigm shifts, evolutions within certain businesses. And so again, if all you're focused on is one industry, one particular niche or subsector of an industry, then you're going to see the issues. You're going to create solutions to the issues. You're going to improve those solutions to the issues. You're going to be able to communicate and lead within that industry, and you're going to be the forefront of saying what's changing. If all you did all day was deliver blocks of ice to people's freezers, and all of a sudden you you saw refrigeration coming out, you'd be one of the first people to see that because it impacts the thing that you are focused on, that you are obsessed with. And obviously that's a bit of an anachronism, an antiquated example, but even in today's situations, if you're worried about the encroachment of, say, AI in your particular field, what you should really be worried about is, are you focused enough in your field such that any type of encroachment or incursion is something that's going to slip beyond you? If not, and you do have that requisite level of focus, then you're going to figure out ways to incorporate that. You're going to figure out ways to evolve in that way. So a key reason of why focus matters is because you're going to be able to be one of the first people to see those tide changes, to adapt, and to stay ahead. The results in any particular industry or the success in any particular industry are not proportionately shared. So everybody might be 85% efficient or competent in a particular space, but it's really all of the revenue, all of the market share is going to go to people who are, say, 92% and better. So the point being is you don't have to be perfect, but you do have to be excellent. And in order to be excellent, you need to be able to predict what's going to happen and not necessarily pull a rabbit out of a hat or look into a crystal ball, but rather just be plugged in enough and be focused enough that you start to kind of read the tea leaves and see the slight changes or the tremors, if you will, before any earthquakes or larger events happen. So to recap, the 5 reasons why focus matters and what ability focus provides to a company as that company progresses are: 1, the ability to target pitfalls and pain points; 2, the ability to craft and improve solutions; 3, the ability to communicate and lead within the field; 4, the ability to recognize and adapt to sea changes or tide changes or paradigm shifts within the respective industry; and finally, the 5th reason that focus matters is it provides the ability to not be distracted. Hasn't this already been contemplated by all of the other prongs? And we want to say it specifically in its own category because the ability to not be distracted is the ability to focus, which from our perspective is the ability to have the highest utilization or highest potency of time when dedicated to something. If you are solely focused on something and nothing can distract you, then an hour's worth of time focusing on a particular problem, on a particular element of your business, is going to yield, say, 55 minutes of true quality versus 5 minutes of loafing around. If you're focusing on 10 different things, then you have to contemplate that within every switching of focus for a business or for an individual, there's a ramp up time and a wind down time to that. And so if you said, I'm going to spend 10 minutes on something, it's probably going to take you 3 minutes to ramp up, 3 minutes to ramp down, and then to focus on something else, it's going to be the same 3 on the upside, 3 on the downside. If what you're focusing on is one solid thing, then you're obviously not iterating that ramp up and wind down time for anything. And so in our experience working with different businesses, by virtue of having the requisite focus, there's just simply less things to be distracted by, and therefore a far more potent or efficacious utilization of time by the business. Thus, 5 reasons why focus matters and what abilities it provides. Let's recap. First, the ability to target pitfalls or pain points. Second, the ability to craft and improve a solution. Third, the ability to communicate and lead within a field. 4, the ability to recognize and adapt to sea changes, tide changes, paradigm shifts within the industry. And 5, the ability not to be distracted. And so what's the big takeaway from all of this, or what's the big conclusion? From our experience, the real takeaway is that it is so difficult to be elite at something. It requires so much focus and so much dedication to be excellent at something. And we've seen it with businesses we work with over and over again, that what it sheds light on is that there's only so many things you can truly be elite at in this life. There's just not enough time to be elite at anything. And so as a business is progressing, as you are progressing as an individual, as we are progressing as a business, there's sometimes the frustration of how come I don't have enough bandwidth to do X, Y, and Z? Well, the reason is that to be elite at anything, it's going to take the vast majority of your time and a level of obsession that others do not have. And so focus is the key to making the most optimal utilization of time, and ultimately yields via these abilities that we've discussed today, and with the companies we've seen that have been highly focused, is an ability to progress, the ability to improve, and the ability to succeed and yield better results than competitors. So that's a thought for today. Hope the week's getting off to a good start. Keep pushing forward. God bless. We'll see you next time.